Welcome back to Idealist. These 17 fun cars had MSRPs of $40, $50, even $60,000. But we want cars that are pennies for the dollar. And now they are all surprisingly cheap. I'm Brad. Please slap that like button and subscribe, and let's go. Now, if you want the ultimate German performance machine, look no further than the E92 M3. Under its hood lies the iconic high-revving 4-liter V8 S65 engine, which not only pushes out a potent 414 horses, but makes sounds even your neighbors are gonna enjoy. This M3 isn't just about power. It boasts precision-engineered handling that offers a balanced and connected driving experience, especially when paired with the available 6-speed manual transmission. Its design is a masterful blend of classic BMW elegance and aggressive M-Series flair, evident in its flared wheel arches and the unmistakable M badging. Plus, it's exclusive, being the only M3 iteration to boast a V8. It's an enthusiast dream machine, and it's the best the Bavarians could build at the time. And they are an incredible value when you can find a 6-speed manual for just 16 grand. Oh baby, an ideal favorite. The triplets are the definition of pure driving bliss. A lightweight chassis and right-wheel drive. Yeah, you know, the rear wheels. And responsive off-center steering. If you're ready for a dab of Oppo, there is no better choice. The boxer engine, meaning the pistons look like they're boxing each other, is a pretty reliable 2-liter 4 that if you want to turn it up to 11, well, it'll tolerate forced induction. The sporty design is sleek with super clean lines and an aerodynamic presence. It's really easy to see why there is such an active and passionate community on the FRS GT86 BRZ enthusiasts. So, see what all the fuss is about for 16K, and let the modding begin. And as always, you can find all these ideal deals via Auto Tempest links below, so go check them out. Powerhouse engine? Yes, with an LS6 V8 pumping out over 400 horsepower right from the factory. Performance value? Yeah, as all Corvettes are, but especially the C5Z with its explosive acceleration. Manual thrills? Duh. This is their race-ready vet and comes exclusively with a manual transmission. It's a street-legal track rat with upgraded suspension, brakes, and coolers right from the assembly line. And being the last car ever manufactured with those pop-up headlights, it has the retro cool factor. It's one of the best values at any price point. The fact that you can score a solid one for under 18K is highway robbery. Nissan, they really nailed it with their JDM tuner hero, the 370Z, but when the race-inspired Nismo edition was released with a manual transmission, unlike the newest RZ34 Nismo that is only coming with an auto tragic, come on Nissan, what were you guys thinking? Well, the older shift-it-yourself Fairlady with Synchro Rev Match to help on those pesky downshifts has race-inspired bodywork and sport-tuned suspension to keep you pinned to the tarmac even when you run out of talent. The enthusiastic V6 is unmistakably VQ goodness, and the motor is a dependable workhorse that has increased horsepower and torque over the base 370. It's surprising that you can still find these rockets for under 20K. Hawkeye STI. It's the rally champion reborn for the streets, and the turbocharged boxer engine has been wreaking havoc on and off the road for decades, thanks to its symmetrical all-wheel drive system, functional hood scoop, and boy racer rear wing. Add some supporting mods and crush any supercar owner's heart, or leave it stock and enjoy the tight responsive steering and Turbo 4 rumble. These things are just way too much fun to drive, and quickly becoming the STI to catch. Follow your doctor's orders and scoop a World Rally Blue Subi for 15K, and have a blast in this son of a rally car. Now, I think that the C6 Corvette gets slept on because people think that they're just expensive. They're the first Corvette that really looked like a Ferrari, and with the right exhaust, they sound exotic. But you can still find them for a deal. I specifically like the Z51 package because basically you get larger brakes, sport-tuned suspension, and better cooling to set lap records at your local gymkhana. Or autocross. On the outside, it sports European-style performance dynamics, and on the inside, the beastly LS3 V8 makes any gear at any RPM a theatrical event. Here's a California Dreamin' Z51 6-speed for 17 grand. If you want to be the king of the cone killers, look no further than the Focused ST. The turbocharged 2-liter EcoBoost power plant is eager and responsive. With a torque-rich curve, it provides substantial pull from low in any rev range, reducing the need to constantly change gears on the track or on your daily commute. Yes, it is front-wheel drive, but like the symphony of pops and burgles from your exhaust, it just adds to the ST's playful character. It's a practical hatchback with hot hatch performance, which even stock is set up beautifully for daily and track day duties. Find them all day long for just over 10 and see how good a front wheel drive can be. The Honda S2000 is the roadster that beat the Miata at its own game. Let me explain. The naturally aspirated 4-cylinder is an engineering marvel. The slippery silhouette screams sports car, and that buttery smooth manual is the best in the biz. Oh, did I mention VTEC, baby? Plop into the driver's seat and you'll swear this car feels like an extension of yourself. It's nearly telepathic, carving up apexes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was built by passion to both challenge and reward the driver. And this superior Miata alternative can be had for right around $15K. The newest car on the list, the SI, is the ideal balance between daily practicality and spirited driving pleasure. Its turbocharged 1.5-liter engine is fun to wring out, and it just sips fuel when you're not laying down the hammer. Choose between a coupe or a sedan, and get sport-tuned suspension, a limited slip diff, more aggressive exterior, and a center exit exhaust as standard. They take mods incredibly well as well, and since it's a Honda, you're not trading off reliability. Get plenty of miles per gallon in this SI sedan for just $18K. And real quick, it's time for the honorable mention, baby. Okay, so I get it. Some of you guys, the Civic Si is just a little too tame for you. Well, don't worry, because it's time for today's honorable mention. Pick up the Si's older buff brother instead. Yeah, you give up a lot of creature comforts. Honda stripped it all out to give you the most track-focused experience possible. And while you might give up a bit of daily driver practicality, you're more than gonna make up for it at every single Cars and Coffee. Get one for just $20K, but you wanna do it quickly because these cars are only going up. There's an Integra Type R. We all love the N54 and the E92 335i, but those cars are now well over 10 to 15 years old. The F30 is a great-looking contemporary BMW with twin-power turbo inline-6 that kicks out 300 horse and torque. Sound familiar? I think so. This has 3 Series DNA through and through. The electronic steering is still tight, the suspension is still composed. It's the evolution of the sports sedan, offering power, precision, and comfort in one package. Plus, for just over $1,000, you can have 100 more horsepower and torque from just a tune. Welcome to the 400 Club, baby. Feels good over here. Now, get ready to spend mid to high teens for this do-it-all bimmer, which, with little more than a tune, becomes the ultimate sleeper. The 4 Rings have been dropping some hits in the past decade, and the Mark II TT is such an awesome little car. This one's got luxury and performance with a large aftermarket that will give the 2-liter turbo the boost it needs to hang with the TTRS or even my NA V8 R8. Now, Quattro all-wheel drive keeps this good-looking sports coupe glued to the road, and for $18K, it's the perfect cocktail of style, performance, and German engineering. Okay, you, me, and everybody else, they love the E46 M3, but what if you want something a little bit more roadster? Well, the Z4M is the more modern M car and part of the exclusive club that you want to join. Under the hood, you get the same wonderfully raspy 3.2-liter 6 plucked right out of the E46, but the Z4M actually feels more agile and playful in the curves. But you just gotta watch out for that rear end wanting to switch ends with the front. They didn't build a lot of them, but for top-down motoring, I can't think of a better way to spend 18,000 bucks. American muscle with Aussie flair? Oi, 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 count me in, baby, because yes, the GXP, or, well, kind of like the Holden Commodore down under, is a tuner's wet dream. Under the hood, you'll find a monstrous LS3 V8 pumping out well over 400 horses. And we all know that the LS platform is a goldmine for performance. So go heavy with the mods with this V8 super sedan. Plus, yes, you can get it in a manual. Get going on your sleeper status for 18 grand and have a one-of-a-kind supercar slayer. Okay, in the realm of JDM performance sedans, the Evo 8 stands really tall. It originated from Mitsubishi's Rally Dominance, and the 2-liter 4G63 is the motor ready to fight. Because, unlike the Subaru's 4-cylinder, the Mitsubishi's is capable of gobs more power without internal modifications. Plus, with its legendary all-wheel drive, it's going to reliably put all that power to the ground. They can be had in the mid-teens, but the word's out, so I'd act fast. It's the mid-engined roadster that delivers a driving performance that is signature Porsche. It's essentially a scalpel on wheels, with a 3.4-liter Boxer giving you a symphony of German engineering and passion. I think this Gen Cayman has a timeless design and is a hard value to beat when considering it's almost a Porsche 911, but for a fraction of the price. Snag one for under 20k, which can't be set for the same year 911, and I think most non-Porsche files wouldn't even know the difference. Rarely does your mind think of Infiniti when you think of the best budget sports cars, but it should. You see, the Q50, specifically the Red Sport, is another forgotten super sedan. Stock, the twin-turbo 3-liter punches out a whopping 400 horses, and since it's Nissan's premium brand, it's sprinkled with luxury throughout. And turbos equals tuning. For just 500 bucks, you get another 100 plus horsepower to the wheels. This thing's a looker for 19, and with over 500 horsepower on tap, it's time to take some people to Gapplebee's. Okay, this is the pinnacle of M5 lineage, the golden era of BMW, and the most connected driving experience that you can get out of a 5 Series, period. You see, this stealth fighter holds a magical 4.9-liter V8 churning out just shy of 400 horses, and with a chassis that's been tuned to perfection and a 6-speed manual to keep you in control, it is the perfect dance between raw power and refined control. Light up the roads for under 20 and have a smile on your face the whole dang time. So, if I were to give you my mom's credit card, which one of these ideal 17 rides would you be taking home? Let us know down below. Also, if you liked the vid, hit the like button and subscribe if you're new, and check out this Ideal vid up here or whatever YouTube recommends you watch next. I'm Brad, this is Ideal, and promise me one thing, keep living the Ideal lifestyle.